Right, so welcome to another Start Collecting. We are covering the Feasty Fac.
Yeah, so if you like me and you like eating, this is a good army for you.
And have an inflated sense of self-importance and grandiosity.
Yeah, if you're a bit delusional, think you're.
If you're an undead Bretonian, then tune in.
Yeah. So in this series, talk about start collecting sets and getting competitive armies for cheap money. Budget is always about £300. Trying to keep it under that, and utilising the start collecting sets. Now, Flesh Eaters is a little bit of a special case because the flexibility you get from the start collecting. So in the start collecting, you get a Terrorgheist or Zombie Dragon that could be ridden or unridden because you've got a guy that you can magnetise to a base, so you can have him on foot or on the top. You
also wicked model,
yeah,
like an amazing model.
You also get 30 ghouls, or 10 ghouls, but you can have 3 of these, so you're going to have more than that. But you get 10 ghouls, and you get which can have a courtier in there. You also get 3 crypt horrors, which can also be crypt flayers, but can also be a courtier, either a flayer or a crypt ghast courtier. So you essentially
basically all the book
can build anything in the battle tomb from this set. So apart from one model, which is the Varghulf and the Archregent, actually. But yeah, those 2 models, which are kind of key to the army. But you could convert one. You could do some bits and bobs depending on what your modelling skills like. But this set,
or you might have some money spare given the epic savings.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've just done it like you don't have any modelling skill to convert, and you're just going to buy the model stock. So,
yep.
So what I've done is I've looked at the set and gone, right, I need to write a list with this. Now, with Flesh Eaters, it's a bit tricky because obviously you can summon units on as well. So you kind of want more than you have in your list, and there's a lot of options. So I've done a list basically based around what Dave used at our sort of one dayer, which is using the feast day for the command point efficiency. And it gives you the summoning you need on top of the army. So the list of, I'll do the shopping list, is basically 3 start collecting sets, and then it's a Varghulf and an Abhorrant Archregent, and I've put in here as well the Charnel Throne and the Endless Spells. Now, the reason for that is because the Flesh Eater Endless Spells are mega. So the Chalice and the Stampede and the Wall, they're all really, really good. So it is worth picking them up if you want to play Flesh Eaters at tournament level, or even like you're not at tournament level, but they are just worth having. The Throne is an essential purchase. You have to have this because the command point for free you get from the Archregent. And if you decide to build one of your big flappies with the guy on foot, he can also use it. So,
and also your guy hides behind it the entire game, never gets shot, and really.
I'm just going to say that it's really important because they don't have much protection, do they? That's your hidey hole.
But I mean, you kind of, it's worth some of the armies. If you're on a budget, you might decide, do I really need the terrain that they come free with? Like, for example, like I talked about Beastclaw, and in that, just don't bother buying the Maw Pot. But for example, in this one, definitely buy it. So total cost with 3 start collecting set, where you're saving £37.50 per box, which is ridiculous because it's a £55.
This is all at RRP,
box.
By the way, guys.
Yes, it's all at GW retail price. So
only getting cheaper.
Adding a Varghulf, an Abhorrant Archregent, the Throne, and an Endless Spell box set, it's £255 retail. By using the start collectings, you are saving £112.50.
All right.
So it's a significant saving. And the list that I've written is 2 Ghoul Kings on Royal Terrorgheist, a Ghoul King on a Zombie Dragon, an Archregent, a Varghulf Courtier, 3 units of 10 Crypt Ghouls. That's 1980. There's some play in this. You could not bother having a Varghulf. You could put in then one of the Courtiers if you wanted to. You could play around with whether they're Terrorgheist or Zombie Dragons, and then you could put Endless Spells in. But the reason I've done this is because the Royal Terrorgheist summons on 3 Courtiers. So as a 3, what they're called, Knights. So that's flayed ones, or crypt haunters. Are they crypt haunters? Yeah, I'm getting them all mixed up now. But the three big things. So the ones
The
you get
medium-sized guys.
Yeah, the medium-sized
Dead
guys you get in the start collecting set. You still utilize those models because they're your summoning. Okay. Now, the other thing as well is that you could, at those sets, you're going to have 9 of them. So the zombie dragon brings on the table a courtier as well. So you could build one of those sets of 3. You could build 2 courtiers out of it. You could convert one into a Varghulf if you were that way inclined. So you could use 3 of them to convert. Bit of a top tip: the flayed one wings go really well on eBay. Really as well. So if you build them as ghasts, then you get those free, so you can sell those because they come with all the bits. So basically, this list is not fixed. There's so much flexibility in here, and you can do so much with these sets that you can build pretty much what you want. But sorry, the Archregent and the Zombie Dragon would summon on your courtiers, and your 2 Terrorgheist would summon on your just your knights. So you could go like, I'll put a flay infernal courtier and 3 flayed ones, or flayers. I should not flayed ones. That's Necrons. Flayers, crypt flayers, and then I could bring on a crypt haunter, and then the big dudes. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The clubs.
The big lads. Yeah. I got
it all mixed up.
Club lads.
Big ghouls.
It's because nobody takes them. Yeah. That's what no. So basically, you get a nice army, lots of stuff to play around with. You get to use 3 big monsters. And from there, if you wanted to build a little bit, like get more ghouls, then it's fairly cheap. But you might as well just buy another start collecting. Even if you just want 20 ghouls, just buy 2 more, because you can sell the other stuff in the set and make more money. Because honestly,
or have the options for the super extreme 5 Terrorgheist list at some point in the future. Or
because you could take Royal Menagerie and have them unmounted, and then you could have. So there's a lot of play, because I think you can make them battle line in Gristlemoor. I think they are. So so basically, you get a really nice selection of models. Which the best thing about this, it's so flexible. You can build so many different armies out of it, and all you have to do is be a little bit clever about how you build the stuff. Like whether you say, right, well, I'll have the guys that are on the back of the Terrorgheist and Zombie Dragon. I'll just have some sort of magnetization on their foot, make a base. They can be used either or. You can build your infernals, crypt flayers or crypt gas. Out of the set, you've got 9. You can play around with that. And even if you build a courtier, then just say, well, he could be a champion model if you were kind of that way inclined. So it gives you a lot of options. Personally, think it's quite a fun army to play with. Then you've got options around: do I play Crystal Gore? Do I play Blister Skin? Do I play the Feast Day? Do I put a formation in? So you've got lots and lots of options. Probably be a few more Ghoul models, but to be honest, it's a great, and actually for the cost, most of the cost, to be honest, is all tied up in the characters and the throne and the endless spells. Because I think the start collecting sets, they're like £55 retail, so that's £165. So you're almost £90 of that cost at retail is the endless spells, the Varghulf, the Archregent, and the endless spells. I think it's decent. I really like Flesh Eaters. I think it's a really good army, quick to paint as well. So if it's just starting army, it's a really good one to get your teeth into. Literally.
I'm just checking on Element to see how much the start collectings are for them on Element. So example is £46.75 currently on Element for the start collecting Flesh Eater Quartz, and that which saves you nearly a tenner on each one from dealer retail. And there's 9 in stock if you did want to go and do this army.
I want to do that army. There might be less in stock very shortly.
I think you could buy 4 sets as well if you really wanted to. I think it is a great army. I've played a lot with Flesh Eaters. I really enjoy them. They're a lot of fun to play with. There's a lot of different things to
You've
do
made an army that I hate sound interesting, because like I can't stand it. I don't like the aesthetic. I don't like any of it. But like it does sound, because of the savings and the flexibility of it, and it's like you can get all that, spend, you know, just if you've got everything you need with the extra, start collecting just over £300 essentially, and you've got an army that is going to be, you know, it's going to last you a long time. It may not be, you know, top tier. I mean, if you were doing this, you know, at the start of 2019, I think, when the Flesh Eater Court book, 2019, when the Flesh Eater
turn up and win an event for £150.
you'd be winning events. But like, yeah, it's there's a lot of option there, and it's, you know, I've never liked Death as a faction, but it is as sort of like monetary investment, flexibility, and like you can't take away from the fact that those Terrorgheist models are cool. Like it's big bats. You know, I think it is really good. And you know, like for the money, like I said, when you look at the savings, it really does make sense.
The good thing about it
anyway as well
is if you bought these and you were like, well, I've got my zombie dragon, I've got my terrorist, you actually get the vampire riders as well.
Oh yeah,
so
they go as well on eBay.
You could actually have the zombie dragon as with the basically swap out if you want to use it in a death army, like a normal vampire lord and zombie dragon. But also
people use those to convert them. Yeah, better tenner each. Usually £10 to £15 each. They go for on eBay.
Like honestly, the value you get from the bits you can sell, even using all the models in this set, is out of this world.
Yeah.
So I would say that if you wanted a army on a budget, and you could basically probably knock another like 20, 30, 40 quid off, depending on what you sell, out of them just by selling bits, because those bits are sought after, particularly like the mounted vampire lord, because people want to make Blood Knight conversions. So I would say that it's worth doing. It's a bit like when you get the start collecting skeletons, you get
an incidental.
You get a Mortarch, and basically you get all 3 riders, and you can just swap the heads of the mount and the riders round to make Manfred, Neferata, or Arcan. And I think it costs £1 more than buying the guy on its own. So you might as well just buy the start collected and sell the skeletons and the Black Knights. So I actually recently eBayed the skeletons and the Black Knights, and I think I made about £18 on one, and like I think 15 on the other. So it's like, you know, you're basically getting Arcan for a tenner, which is like stupid. It's just ridiculous. So if you're willing to do the extra effort to flog the stuff, or if you know of a friend that wants to buy them off you for cheap,
asking your gaming group, gaming club, whatever.
Yeah, just put them at half GW retail, or half retail. You would generally sell them like fairly quick, easily. So yeah, they're brand new on the sprue. It's well worth doing. But anyway, Flesh Eater Courts, great start collecting set. I would say that if you wanted to do an army round for Flesh Eaters, it's a great one to do on a budget. So I've gone a little bit splashed out on some of the other stuff that you could just add. You could literally just have 5 start collecting sets and do basically any army you want. But I think the Varghulf and the Archregent are essential, and I'd say the Throne and the Endless are probably essential as well. So you end up buying them at some point, so you might as well just factor it into the cost. But yeah,
love it.
There you go. If you like it, let us know. If you've got any questions, any army lists based around these models, you can also join our Discord. So if you wanted to chat Death army lists in there, then there's a whole community, and I sort of check it periodically. So if you've bought this and sort of decide, I'm trying to write a list with the models, trying to round out the choices like artifacts and command traits, and which delusion you want and all that sort of thing, then pop it in there and I'll have a read. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
The next video, guys. If you want to know how to paint it as well, ask us below, because they paint up beautiful.
of these I've wanted to do.
Start collecting are a good way to start the army. I think that's why it's such good content, because we're listening and we're like, oh, I want to do that. So hopefully other people will think the same. And it's nice to be able to combat people saying the hobby's unaffordable as well.
It's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
But
still more than a...
Maybe we should challenge someone to do a cost-neutral army.
Yeah.
That'd be a fucking good blog. I'd read that.
Something for nothing.
Yeah.
Just ask Mitchell.
That's the only way Mitchell Hobbit